Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to return to Rush with another track off the Clockwork Angels album. An album that we hit a lot when we first started doing Rush Thursdays. And actually, at this point, we're going to start winding down the Thursday portion. That is to say, Rush Thursdays may not be a thing anymore. However, we are not going to stop with Rush. It's just that they're not necessarily going to happen on Thursdays anymore. So they will still happen, but we have done so many of their songs now that it feels like it's time to kind of let it go and just do it when the mood strikes, which will still be a pretty regular basis, but just maybe not every single week and maybe not Thursday per se. So don't worry, it'll still be around. And we do have over 60 reactions of Rush that you can look at on a playlist if you are interested. But this song is BU2B. You know, maybe it's be here now kind of a thing, or be you to be what you want to be. It could just be philosophy. We thought we needed to check the song out. This is one of the first songs that actually dropped from Clockwork Angels. So Adrian, any thoughts ahead before we take a look at this?
The title sounds familiar for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Well, we've looked over the track listing before.
Yeah.
And we've done most of the album. So this is one of the songs we just haven't gotten to yet. It's also the second song. So
okay.
Pretty early on.
No wonder. I know where I've heard it from then.
Yeah.
I just haven't heard the song.
Right. Okay. Well, let's take care of that right now.
All right.
All right. Let's check this out. We'll discuss afterwards.
Songs tonight that are from our forthcoming album, which we hope will finish one day. This is called BU2B.
It's not ours to understand.
Okay, thoughts, Adrian?
I always enjoy seeing Neil's drum set.
Yeah.
And, the first time I noticed a clock on the bass drum, I don't think I've noticed that before.
It's for the Time Machine tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that. Well, it seems to be about how we're brought up to believe, to take for granted that we all get what we deserve and we deserve what we get. And I think the song mentions this concept. It doesn't appear to be in total agreement with that. It's just my own thinking behind it. But, it was... it's always good to hear the guitar licks by Alex and the tone of Geddy's bass. I like the tone of it, especially.
Sure. Yeah, they sound great up there. As for the words, let me go back to that a little bit. I've got the lyrics in front of me, and some of the lines are things like, "In a world of cut and thrust, I was always taught to trust." So almost like in a world where you're not necessarily going to be able to trust that things are going to remain constant and that people aren't going to stab you in the back, you still need to trust them. So, we're in a world where all must fail. Heaven's justice will prevail. So kind of the same thought, really. Yeah. So it seems to be one of those songs that kind of juxtaposes one idea against the other. I don't really know how I would interpret the lyrics themselves, but they work for this particular album. Remember, this is a concept album, and I think this is one of the first songs that was written for it, most likely. I think this one and maybe Caravan were the early ones. Musically, I thought it was really, really cool. It seems to have harkened back to their 90s heyday. It almost sounds like something that could be on Counterparts. I think it's a little bit heavier than a lot of the tracks on Clockwork Angels. You got the dun-dun-dun, dee-doo-doo-doo, dee. It's straight out of the 90s grunge era for me, hearing that. But I like the song a lot. I think it's a very strong track, and it does seem to me that people in the audience know this song. I saw some people mouthing the words in there. Since that's the case, I guess the song must have been released ahead of time. That would make it probably one of the very first songs to come off of Clockwork Angels to be released. Two songs that would eventually appear on the album, Caravan and BU2B, were recorded in April 2010 and had been released to radio stations and made available as a digital download on June 1, 2010. That explains it. So that was a full 2 years before the album came out. So folks, why don't you let us know when you first heard this song and what your take is on the lyrics and all that. Let me know if you saw it live. I got to see it on the Clockwork Angels tour. That was nice. And any other thoughts, any other suggestions for future Rush episodes? By all means, leave them below. Like I say, we're not done with Rush, but they may not be as clockwork as every week from now on. So just to give us a little bit more ability for variety on the channel. All right, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe so you don't miss any further episodes. We have a second channel now, Modern Rock Talk, where we put up interview reactions, or reviews, really. So go check that out if you're interested in that. And thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, take care, folks.
See you all later.